Let's make a mirror shadow box.
Ho, ho, ho.
This is a great disco wall mirror that I found at Five Below. It was actually $5.50. As soon as I saw it, it inspired me to do something a little out of the box with it, which is create a shadow box. I love making shadow boxes to hang on the wall that I can put all sorts of those small decorative items that I have lots of collections of that I never know what to do with, because just putting them on a table by themselves to me is always kind of boring and doesn't really highlight them. And I'm going to turn this guy into a shadow box in that tradition. Oh, look, it comes with extra mirror just in case you break one or one falls off. Isn't that nice? It's pretty good quality. It's made of styrofoam. I'm going to see how easily I can take this mirror out. It seems to be a felt backing only, and that's what's holding the mirror in place. So I'm just gonna take my X-Acto knife here really quickly and cut this out. Let's see how easily this comes out. Oh, perfect, great. A little bit of schmutz on the mirror, but I'm sure I can clean that off. I'm gonna use this at the very back of the shadow box to reflect light back out. The first step in the process, other than disassembling the poor mirror, is to go ahead and trace my circle onto some cardboard. And I'm just gonna use the box that it came with. It's the perfect size to go ahead and trace the circle. I'm gonna start cutting the circle, but I'm gonna do it just slightly inside the line that I drew. This will make my cardboard back for the shadow box just a little bit smaller than the mirror frame itself. So I'm just trimming that off like that. So that's the back of my shadow box. I'm going to be using another lightweight cardboard. It's white on one side, which is great. I'm gonna use that on the inside of my box. It's really thin. This is nothing that can be load bearing because it's not a very big opening on the frame. In fact, the frame itself measures 10 inches and the inside really measures just under 5 inches in diameter. So you can't get something really big in there. It's gonna be something small, maybe an heirloom ornament or something like that that you have, that you've treasured forever and ever, or a really expensive ornament that you really don't want to put on the tree and showcase in a different way. I'm taking this cardboard and I'm just going to cut 3-inch wide strips here, and that's what the depth of my box is going to be. The next thing I need to do is just bend it so that it takes on the shape of a circle. And I like to do that by starting on the edge of my table and pressing down on that hard edge. And what that does is it breaks the cardboard and you can start making your curve that'll go all the way around your mirror. So there you see, just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing this. I'm gonna need 2 pieces in this length to go around the box. I've got all of my side pieces cut and curled because I'm going to be making 3 of these mirror ball wreath shadow boxes, and I'm ready for the next step. Pretty simple. If you've seen me do this before, I did it on my tombstone shadow boxes that I made for Halloween, taking some cardboard and building the box for my shadow box frame. All I do is I go around and I am having the sides meet my circle and taping that down all the way around the edge. And because that cardboard wasn't long enough, I'm piecing it together. I'm just gonna go ahead and meet up that seam here. And just like the others, start taping that down. Let's go in and glue that bottom edge down by running a nice clean bead. This is what holds the whole box together. So don't hold back. I've spray painted the inside of my box with some silver spray paint. It's just to serve as a background in case any of the cardboard shows through. And I am ready to glue on my mirror. I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little bit of hot glue down and center this as best I can. I'm gonna use my Elmer's school glue and spread this around pretty generously on the inside. I'm going to bring the glue up on the mirror a little bit. I think that'll help obscure that hard line from the glass onto the surface of the glitter. I'm gonna go ahead and paint the entire inside with my glue, pretty liberally applied. And I'm using a mixture of glitter that I've had for a really long time. It's this big square glitter that I've had since about 1995, and this is the last of it. I didn't think that'd be enough to do 3 shadow boxes, so I actually mixed it with a little bit of glitter, silver glitter, just regular silver glitter, to augment it, make sure that I have enough. I think that looks pretty good. And I'll go back later and clean up my mirror so that it's not so mucked up all the way around the edges. I cut out the pieces of silver poster board that I will be using for the outside cover of my shadow boxes. Now, the depth of the shadow box is 3 inches, so I have cut the pieces 4 inches wide. When they wrap around, we'll still have that inch lip, which is important because I'll fold that over, and that will be what I glue my frame to and will hold it secure to the box. One of the things that I needed to do before I cover it is decide exactly where I will be hanging these from. And I'm going to use a silver ribbon, and I decided right where the seams are on the box would be a great place. I'm just gonna run a little bit of hot glue on both sides, the top and the bottom edge of my box, and I'm gonna let it overhang ever so slightly. But I wanna make sure that this will lay flat as I'm going around. Now we have the outside of our box covered. That's terrific. The next step is to cut about 1 inch wide all the way around the edge of the box. So before I fold my little tabs down, I'm going to add the ribbon that I'm going to use to hang it. I'm going to go ahead and make a riser so that we can raise things up to the level of the inside edge of this frame. Here's how I'm making my riser. I'm taking another piece of cardboard that's just slightly less than 3 inches wide, and I have decided how high I want that to be, marked that, and actually creased it back. And now I have bent the edge to roll it. And what I'm gonna do is place this in here, and I can tell now where I need to glue that. I'm gonna run a bead of glue right here. And what that does is it creates my little step riser or shelf on the inside of the shadow box. Now I'm gonna do these so that they're removable, just in case I wanna put something taller in there. I can cut that edge off, and I can place that in there just like that. Of course, I'll go ahead and spray paint this top surface and glitter it as well so that it matches the rest of the inside of the box. It's time to press down my tabs all the way along that edge. I'm just gonna run a bead of glue all the way around onto my tabs, and I'm gonna place my mirror right on top and center it all the way around as best I can. Now, as I'm pressing the tabs on the inside of the mirror, this will help get my box sort of aligned correctly as I glue it down. And there you go. It's ready to hang on the wall. I think I'll do a decorative bow up at the top with some more ribbon. I'll have to see how I feel about it once I get it hanging on a wall so I can take a look at it. I like to look at these things for a couple of days here in my workshop and let it all sink in and see if there's anything else that I need to do or could do to improve on it. You can just pop your riser in and put it in place exactly where you need it to go, and you have your little floor on the bottom of the box. Isn't that nice?